Alright, guys, so I'm going to be talking about the recent news that came out for a certain movie that I've already talked about, and I'm like, why do we need this? Like, why is it necessary? And it's really taking a bizarre turn that could either work in its favor or crash horribly. Yeah, we're going to go over some news that came out for Joker 2. Now, if you guys remember, I'm not the idea of a second Joker movie just does not appeal to me in the slightest. Not because I think it's gonna suck, it's just, it's not gonna be anywhere good as the first movie. In fact, I'm like I said, it's not that I don't hate the idea of a sequel, it's more like, it felt like a pretty open-shut movie, and to do a second film, it would literally be like, yeah, the lightning we can't catch again. We literally can't catch the lightning in a bottle again. That's what it kind of feels like to me, because there's no way. Now again, it might happen, especially with the angle they're going with, which we'll get into, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people this news came out last night, so you guys probably know what I mean. But yeah, there's no way this film could catch the original one, so I will applaud the idea that Todd Phillips is trying to go with. And I'll just go and say, Joker 2 is going to be a musical. Yeah, you heard me. The second Joker movie is going to be a musical. Now, real talk, I really enjoy musicals. Here's something you don't know about me. I enjoy musicals. Phantom of the Opera, the Beetlejuice musical, Jesus Christ Superstar, not Cats. Not just the movie, the play too. I never understood it. Les Mis, all of them. My favorite, Tommy. And actually, Tommy's going to correlate to how I think this movie's going to go. We'll cycle back to that. But yeah. So the idea of making a musical, on one hand, I kind of get where Phillips is going with the idea. I really do I really get the idea of where he's trying to go with this. I really am. It's just wow, we're making Joker, and I imagine it's going to be some dark psychedelic, almost Across the Universe. You guys remember Across the Universe? I imagine it's going to be a dark, twisted version of that, where it's it's kind of surreal by the halfway point. And actually, what I mean is, pulling back on what I was saying is that, what I was saying about Tommy, and let's cycle back to that real quick. The reason why I bring up Tommy is because the play is fine. The play is, especially the 1990s Broadway, amazing. It's fantastic. Why am I doing jazz hands? Anyway, but the movie in the 70s is something else. It's, how do I put this? There's a scene where a TV starts erupting paint and baked beans like a geyser out of it on this poor woman who's bathing in it, and it's almost like she's getting a facial from this stuff. And it's weirdly sexual. To be fair, the director has done really bizarre movies in the past. It's something. That movie is something, and I imagine that's where they're gonna go with it. When they say musical for Joker, I imagine it's gonna be some psychedelic, strange film. And to his credit, Todd Phillips is at least saying, we're not going to try the same thing over again. We're going to try something that would make people go crazy, like Joker. That's not a bad idea of doing something completely left field when your first movie was completely out of left field. Yeah, that's what I really like, is that this kind of bizarre idea of making it a musical, of basically going from La La Land to Ha Ha Land. I know, that joke's been already made several times over. I don't care, it's really fucking good, so I'm going to use it here. So that's but here's my problem. And it's not that Todd Phillips is doing this. But again, it is I don't know if even Todd Phillips could capture lightning twice, even though he's doing something bizarrely different. My thing is, I'm worried, and this was my biggest concern with when I talked about it, when the first video I did talking about the idea of Joker 2, was the idea of making it a movie, and then Hollywood does the thing you always know it does. That thing is sticking their dick in it. They weren't. I imagine, and I've talked about this before. Is I imagine they did not expect Joker to make the shit ton of money it did. I'm in no way expect. I expected they managed to at least get their money back. They're we don't know what we're doing with DC movies at the moment. You could just fucking do that, Todd. Whatever. It made how much? Unzip the pants, boys. We're gonna stick our dick in a sequel. That's what I imagine. They gangbang this second movie, and and I'll get to why I think that might be the case, is that the reason is that, and it's not, I'm getting tongue-tied, sorry. The movie in and of itself, that's what I'm afraid of, is that I'm constantly worried. I'm going to go on social media one day and just be Todd Phillips has left Joker 2 due to creative differences with studio. And I'm already, tenuous at best with a sequel, but, that's my fear, is that when anything makes a lot of money, it's going to have studios go, oh, well, we can make it better. Here, let us stick our finger in the pie repeatedly until we ruin the recipe. Look at, there's 9,000 different movies I could pull from that could have this problem. Looking at you directly, Sony. Anyway. Yeah. And the reason why I think Sony's... not Sony. Warner Brothers has already kind of, just stuck their finger in the pie already, is that we're going to have Harley Quinn in the movie. Possibly. There's the rumor of that. And now, to be fair, I don't think she'll be Harley Quinn she'll become Harley Quinn. I think it'll be Harleen Quinzel, and then she'll become Harley by the end of the movie. But yeah, and it is rumored that it is going to be Lady Gaga as Harleen Quinzel. Now, to her, I don't hate Lady Gaga. In fact, I like some of her earlier music. And she's a good actress. I liked her in American Horror Story Hotel, which I hated that show, but I thought she was good. And she's a good actress. I think she did she did good with what she had in House of Gucci, or as I call it, House of Ass. House of Pretentious Ass, I should say. Anyway, I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but Todd Phillips even said he didn't like the idea of having Harley in the movie because he didn't want to detract from Joker's story. Even when he was doing scripts for the second, he was talking about doing scripts for the second movie, he said multiple times, I don't want to have Harley in here. And Harley is a big character. No matter who's playing her, Harley Quinn is a big character. So to have her in here, I have this weird feeling that, was that his choice? Maybe he did a change of heart and did a script right? Or did the studio go, put Harley in the movie? Do it, Todd. We fucking own you. Do it. That's what I'm was that the case, or did he have some creative integrity? I don't know. But, excuse me. That's, I'm just dreading. I'm already, tenuous at best with this movie. Because, again, it's not that it's a musical, because I'm kind of already picturing how this movie's gonna play out. Because, again, it's kind of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, now that I think about it. In that the director knew he couldn't top the first movie, so he went in a completely different fucking direction. That's what I kind of, now that I think about it, that's kind of the direction I feel like they're going, Todd Phillips is going with this movie, is that, well, it's kind of like with Tobe Hooper, who's well, I did this, and there's no fucking way I can top that. Here, let me go completely out of left field and see what happens. That's what I feel like is what could be the case here with the whole musical angle. But the thing is, we don't know what the fuck's going on. We don't know the whole thing. It's even the Lady Gaga Harley Quinn thing is a rumor, which Though, to be fair, that has been reported on by a lot of major credible sources, so that might be at least, like, she's being in talks. That means she's at least in talks, so we don't know for certain she is Harley Quinn yet. Anyway. Yeah. I'm just, like, I get where he's going now, at least. I get where Todd Phillips is trying to go, but like I said, the moment I see creative differences in a social media thing regarding this movie, I'll be like, and you lost me. Because they'll probably get, like, fucking Joe Schmo. It's not like with it's probably not going to be like Doctor Strange where, oh, we lost Scott Derrickson, but here's Sam Raimi. It may not even be like that. Like, it'd probably be like they get Joe Schmo who did X action movies and is a yes man for the studio. Yeah. Anyway, so there's my 2 cents on this. What do you guys think of this? Are you guys still interested in the Joker 2 movie? What do you think of it being a sequel? And what do you guys think of Lady Gaga possibly playing Harley Quinn? Just comment below, let me know. As always, if you haven't already, hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.